Alright, buddy, it's Kells, and I smell really good. Alright, so I'm coming at you. This is gonna be a pretty short video about a new acquisition. If that's a, I think that's right. I think that's a word to my collection. I just got this like 3 days ago. It's already one of my favorite fragrances I have so far. I've heard a lot of hype about this house, and that house is Terence Hughes, and this is Daddy. When you get this fragrance, if you haven't seen the presentation from this house, comes in a little, I've got a fingerprint right there, comes in a little cylindrical sleeve like this. Top comes off pretty snug on there, and your fragrance will rest right in there. And the top's got those cool little gemstones, kind of reminds me of like the Club de Nuit Intense Man kind of deal. Sits real snug in there. It's actually kind of hard to pull out. So yeah, presentation's pretty good. Makes that cool noise. Presentation's pretty good. This fragrance, we got notes of green apple, vanilla, bergamot, nutmeg, oud, and patchouli. Skin notes, which gives it like an interesting kind of vibe. They compare this to Leighton, Carlisle. So yeah, this gets compared to CH Men Privé by Carolina Herrera. I've never smelled that. I've heard it's a good fragrance. Now, with this, actually, I just realized there's a little piece of I'm not gonna pull it off, but there's like a little piece of plastic that's like, you know, protecting this thing, the plaque on there. But yeah, so they compared this to CH Men Privé on Fragrantica. I also see Leighton and Carlisle. Now, for me, when I first, like, as soon as I got this, I smelled the Atomizer. I was like, oh my, I was like, I'm gonna love this. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing. And I was right. It's very good. It reminds me of Hamra from Latafa. That's what it reminds me of. And I actually added that on Fragrantica myself because I didn't see it on there. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of Hamra to me. Like a better version. Not quite as sweet as Hamra. It's more like dark. It's like a darker, more mysterious version of Hamra. There's a little bit of the Leighton kind of spices going on in here, but it's kind of weird. Like, you wear it and you'll smell different things. Like, I wore it the other night and all I was getting was Hamra and Leighton, and then the longer I wore it, I started getting whiffs of Carlisle randomly. So I saw what they meant by the whole, like, you know, dark, mysterious kind of Carlisle type vibe. I definitely understood that. I already have gotten some insane compliments with this. I was actually in a rack store the other day, yesterday, just shopping around, and this girl was standing next to me. And she's like, "Is that you that smells like that? Like, or did you spray one of these colognes?" I was like, "No, yeah, that's me." She's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's called Daddy by Terence Hughes." I was like, "It's pretty expensive fragrance, you know." And I walked around the store, came back around, and she was standing there, I think probably with her mom or something. And she's like, "That's him. He's the one that smells that good." And her mom said, "Honey, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, what are you wearing right now? What is the fragrance you're wearing?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Daddy by Terence Hughes." Now, I paid $220 for this 50 mil, which is, you know, pretty expensive. You know, not everybody's gonna want to do that. I just had to see what the hype was about with this house. I got this from Fragrance USA, I believe. They also have they also have this house on Max Aroma. I wanted to try Hard Candy or Hard Candy Elixir. I also heard this one was good. I'm glad I went with this. I like this a lot. I'm definitely interested in diving deeper into this house, seeing what else they have to offer, because this one blew my socks off. Oh, I also saw this on the bottom. I just now noticed that. Yeah, this one blew my socks off. I'll show you that Atomizer. I don't even want to waste this because it's so good. I'm going to actually spray it myself. Hit me in the face. That's cool. But yeah, I got all over this hoodie. I'm going to be rocking this hoodie a lot because for the next couple of days, because I just love the way it smells. Now, I actually layered this with Camera, and that is just ridiculously good. Like, just, people are going to be following you around. Like I said, I mean, I've been getting crazy compliments on this already. And I was, they were smelling me all over the store when I was in Burlington the other day with this. So yeah, man, I haven't like I've my buddy's super into fragrances like me. I came into work and he smelled this and he's like, damn, that makes me want to like I want to be like he's like I'm a guy and I want to be up in your neck like smelling that. Like that's that good. Um, he's following me around, loving it. He usually isn't blown away by some of the fragrances that I bring in. I mean, I'm always got a new fragrance because I'm an addict to this stuff. My bank account's not the biggest fan of me, but yeah, he loved this. I had a few girls give me some compliments on this. I had the girl in Burlington. Yeah, man, a couple days of having it. It's already like top five in my collection, maybe like top three. Actually, one thing I want to mention: that guy that I was telling you about, my buddy, his favorite fragrance for the longest time has been Tuxedo by YSL, and he smelled this the other day and he said, "Yeah, that's number one." He said that beats Tuxedo. That's number one. That's the best fragrance I've ever smelled. And I'm like, really? Because nothing would ever beat Tuxedo for him for the longest. Like, yeah, this beat Tuxedo for him. That's telling you something, man. Now you get ridiculous performance with this. Probably like 10 hours, I would say. Really good sillage and projection. I mean, it's just amazing. Period. So yeah, I know I'm rambling on, but this is a Daddy by Terence Hughes, guys. If you ever feel like exploring this house or trying this, go give this a shot, man. Gorgeous fragrance.